Act 2, the first clash. The Spartan wall holds firm. The sun rises over Thermopylae, casting long shadows across the narrow pass. For 2 days, the Greeks have waited, watching the Persian army gather, an ocean of men stretching beyond sight. The earth trembles beneath their march. To the Persians, this is just another battle, another easy victory. They expect the Greeks to kneel before the might of the King of Kings. But Leonidas and his warriors are not here to kneel. They are here to fight, to bleed, and to die. Among them is Xerxes, a hardened Spartan hoplite. He grips his spear, feeling the weight of the battle ahead. His breath is steady. His hands do not shake. His brothers stand beside him, shields locked, forming an impenetrable wall of bronze and iron. The Spartans do not move. They do not waver. They are the last thing standing between Greece and the Persian horde. The first wave of the Persian attack is about to begin. The Persian offensive, a test of Greek resolve. King Xerxes, seated upon his golden throne, watches from a high vantage point. Draped in the finest silks, his crown glints in the morning sun. His confidence is unshaken. He has never lost a battle. He has never faced a force that could stand against the might of Persia. He turns to one of his generals and gestures toward the pass. Send in the Medes. The order is given. The first Persian wave begins its advance. Thousands of Medes, battle-hardened warriors from the northern provinces of Persia. They march in tight ranks, curved swords glinting, wicker shields raised. They have fought countless battles in the name of the empire, but they have never fought the Spartans. Xerxes watches them come, his spear poised, his grip tightens. He can hear the breathing of the men beside him. The only movement in the Greek ranks is the slight shifting of shields, the subtle adjustment of spears. The first arrows whistle through the air. Xerxes barely notices them. The Spartans raise their shields in unison, the bronze catching the impact. The arrows clatter harmlessly to the ground. Then the Medes charge. The impact is like a wave striking stone. The Medes expect the Greeks to falter, to be driven back by sheer force. But they are wrong. The Greek Phalanx is unlike anything Persia has ever faced. It is not a loose collection of men fighting as individuals, but a solid, disciplined formation. Each warrior standing shoulder to shoulder, their shields locked together, spears thrusting forward in perfect unison. This is the difference between Persian and Greek warfare. The Persians are accustomed to swift victories, their numbers overwhelming their foes. Their armies rely on speed, cavalry, and archers to rain death from afar before closing in with lighter infantry. They wear linen or leather armor, designed for mobility rather than protection. Their shields, made of woven wicker, are light and easy to carry, but offer little resistance to a Greek spear thrust. The Greeks, by contrast, are heavily armored warriors, each man protected by a bronze helmet, a cuirass covering the chest, and greaves guarding his legs. Their shields, the hoplon, are made of wooden bronze, weighing nearly 7 kilograms, a defensive wall in itself. And then there is the weapon that makes them truly deadly, the dory, a spear nearly 2.5 meters long, tipped with iron, and balanced with a butt spike for striking at close range. As the Medes push forward, their curved swords, the kopis, slash at the Spartan shields, but they cannot break the wall of bronze. Xerxes thrusts his spear forward, catching a Persian warrior in the throat. He pulls back, pivots, drives the spear into another's chest. The Mads fall back in confusion. They are not used to this kind of warfare. Against most enemies, their swarming tactics work. But here, at Thermopylae, they can only fight a few men at a time. Their numbers are useless. For hours, the Medes charge the Spartan line, and for hours, they are cut down. Spartan discipline versus Persian fury. A Greek hoplite does not fight alone. He fights as a part of a single, moving entity. The men in the front row hold their ground, their spears thrusting forward, their shields absorbing the impact. When a man tires or falls, another takes his place instantly, keeping the line unbroken. Leonidas does not fight for himself. He fights for the man beside him. He fights because it is the only life he has ever known. As the Medes retreat, their bodies littering the pass, the Persians regroup. The battlefield is covered in blood. The Greek warriors breathe heavily, their muscles aching, but they have not broken formation. Xerxes, watching from afar, frowns. This was not supposed to happen. The Greeks should have fallen already. His pride is wounded. He turns to his commander. Send in the Immortals. The Immortals enter the fray, Persia's elite soldiers. The Immortals are Xerxes' personal guard, an elite unit of 10,000 warriors who never show weakness. When one of their number falls, he is immediately replaced, making it seem as though their numbers are endless. They wear scale armor, more durable than the linen of the common infantry, and wield long spears, similar to the Greeks. They are Persia's best, undefeated in battle. But they are about to face the Spartans. Leonidas wipes the blood from his face. He sees them approaching. They are marching in perfect order, their shields gleaming in the sunlight. He knows that this fight will be different. The Immortals are not like the Medes. They are trained, disciplined, deadly. The first clash is brutal. The Immortals push hard, their longer spears giving them an advantage. The Spartans are forced to step back, their shields rattling under the assault. Leonidas blocks a spear thrust, turning it aside with his shield, and slashes with his sword, cutting deep into an Immortal's neck. Another lunges at him, and he barely sidesteps the strike, ramming his shield into the attacker's chest. He fights with everything he has, but even he can feel it. This battle is different. The Spartans hold. The line bends but does not break. The Immortals are skilled, but they are not Spartans. They fall just like the rest. By nightfall, the battlefield is covered in bodies. The Persians have thrown their best warriors at the Greeks, but they have failed to break them. Xerxes watches from his golden throne, his confidence shaken. This was not supposed to happen. The Spartans were supposed to fall like all the others. Leonidas stands, his muscles aching, his shield dented but unbroken. He looks at his brothers, their faces hardened by battle. They have fought all day, they have killed thousands, and they are still standing. The Persians will return in the morning. Xerxes will send more men, more warriors, more arrows, more death. Leonidas does not care. He turns to a young hoplite beside him, who is staring at the endless Persian camp with unease. He smiles. Tomorrow will be a good day for fighting. The Spartans laugh, their voices echoing through the pass. The battle for Thermopylae is far from over.